So we are going to discuss about ligamentotaxis versus decompression. Let's take a 32-year male L1 burst fracture with intact neurologic deficit. Imaging showed a 40% canal compromise with an intact PLL and no retropulse fragment. What should be the surgical strategy in this case? It is indirect decompression via ligamentotaxis using pedicle screw fixation or distraction. Ligamentotaxis relies on the intact PLL to guide the retropulse bone fragment back into the place by applying distraction forces across the fracture site. So it's a midline or a Wiltse approach. Pedicle screws, two above, one above or one below, or two above, two below. With a screw, as they said, can be played at the fracture site, and distraction forces are placed across the fracture, so that the retropulse, the PLL tightens and the retropulse fragment falls back into the place. Imaging confirms that there is restoration of the vertebral height, reduction of the canal compromise, and correction of kyphosis. And post-op CT shows that the canal compromise was reduced by 15% and patient could be mobilized the next day. Timing is everything. It has been shown that if it is performed less than 72 hours, there's improved in the outcome in restoring the spinal canal, and there is significant kyphosis correction. The effectiveness of ligamentotaxis is less dependent on the fracture morphology and more on how soon the procedure is performed. This shows ligamentotaxis done within 24 hours. There's reduction of the space more than 35%. While it is performed more than a week later, the reduction in the space is less than 15%. So earlier you do, the better is the recovery pattern. So most surgeons will agree that whatever the extent of canal compromise, decompression is rarely required when the patient has no neurological deficit. Here, indirect spinal canal decompression through ligamentotaxis is achieved by fracture reduction through distraction, and lordosis is usually sufficient. Spontaneous absorption and remodeling of the canal has been documented after surgery. Wiltse approach is getting more and more common approach, as it is minimally invasive, as muscle sparing, as Dr. Guru has said. This all reduces the operative time and blood loss as compared to an open surgery. Percute screw fixation is gaining popularity. Let's take another case, L3 burst fracture with incomplete paraplegia. Imaging shows there's more than 60% canal compromise. The retropulse fragments is rotated. The PLL is damaged or disrupted. So ligamentotaxis is going to fail as the PLL or stone, eliminating the tension band principle. Retropulse fragments is seen rotated, and there is presence of neurological deficit. Therefore, it requires urgent decompression to prevent further cord damage. So the approach is a posterior approach, usually. Posterior laminectomy with direct decompression and transpedicular fixation. Laminectomy is done maintaining the pars intact, and the cord is retracted, the roots are retracted on one side, and the punch is used to punch back the fragment or remove the, or excise the fragment which is impinging on the cord. Or you can have a transpedicular approach where you do not need to retract the cord or the roots. So there is minimal damage to the chances of damaging the spinal cord. Again, two levels above and two below, or one above, one below, with a screw at the index site. Fluoroscopy ensures that there is complete decompression, and if you have an intraoperative monitoring, it is preferable. And immediately there was improvement in the motor function, and at the end of 6 months, he had independent ambulation. So whenever you have a neurological deficit with a disrupted PLL and a rotated fragment, decompression is mandatory. So early surgery, less than 72 hours, improves the neurological outcome in cases of severe compression. MIS surgery can reduce the morbidity, and neuromonitoring is ideal. So when you have an intact neurology with a canal compromise of less than 50% with an intact PLL, and there is no cord changes on the MRI, the preferable treatment modality is ligamentotaxis. If it's performed less than 72 hours, Ligamentotaxis is most effective. With more than 1 week, you may give a try of ligamentotaxis, but decompression is a better option. AO type 3 burst fracture with no rotation, ligamentotaxis is the ligament of choice. Anterior decompression already has been discussed. So precision in spine surgery is not just about the technique, it's about choosing the right approach to the right patient. Ligamentotaxis restores structure, decompression restores function, and the wisdom lies in knowing when to use each. Thank you.